that kind of movie could work. It should work. It would work. It will work. It all started with a dream. Some might call it a nightmare, but I've had dreams like that before. The interpretation was pretty simple. The people represented everybody on Earth. The school buses represented time and our ability to learn everything we need to as we live out our lives. Anyway, there's about 12 of us. We were asked to do something, to help something, to learn something, whatever it was. I don't know where we were going, but we were on our way. I don't know who those other people were, but I was one of them. We were all part of a larger plan, somebody else's plan, since mankind had, you could say, not taken care of the planet. It was up to us, the 12 of us, to help restore the planet. What I'm about to tell you may be a little difficult to understand. It's the same as it was for me to understand. I'm just now getting my head around it. The story you're about to hear is not about the 12 of us, although the 12 of us are involved. Really, the story is just about the two of us, number 10 and number 11. Myself being number 10 and a girl named Julie from the future being number 11. My role was simple. I just had to be myself, just like the other 12. Each of us represented a different country, a different people, basically. I was the indigenous representative, the Aboriginal, the North American native. I suspect because my family heritage had been on the North American continent for thousands, even millions of years, if you will. Apparently my challenge, or their challenge, or all our challenges started a long time ago. Way back when the Creator made a big noise simply by saying, "Let there be light." Because then, according to the Platts theory, the sound of his voice became the matter, the energy, the stars, galaxies, planets, basically the quantum nature of the universe. Platts theory, you're probably asking, what's that? Well, it's a theory created by Professor Wenzel Platts-Mockerson. Professor Platts, we call him. He's a genius inventor working out of the 26th century. Anyway, one day, out of sheer curiosity, he decided to see where everything started, the center of the universe, where it all began. So, he invented this quantum device, this machine that would trace back Earth's path to the very point where it started, the center point of the universe. Of course, as human nature would have it, in the spirit of competition, Platts' corporate rival, Sluman Underfoot, wanted the machine for himself and his company. So, obviously, there was a clash. That conflict and the quantum nature of the device ended up creating 3 parallel Earths, all existing in the same place at the same time. One of these Earths is completely negative, and the other is all too positive. And the third one, the real one, is nicely in between. the effects of which you probably felt but don't realize it. There are those days when you're positive and optimistic more so than usual, then the other days where you're angry and negative and you don't understand why. But most of the times, you're just yourself. Of course, the major side effect you see all the time, and that's all the natural disasters that are happening around you. And this is where the 12 of us come into play. Since all of us are from a different part of the planet and from a different time in Earth's history, we each get contacted in a different way to play whatever part it is we need to play in order to help restore things. And this, what you're about to see, is how Platts incorporated Julie and I in his restoration plan.
Good evening, Professor.
Hey there, Decca.
How are you today?
I'm fine. What's up, Deck?
Well, I've got some good news, gooder news,
Oh, wonderful.
bad news,
Oh,
badder news, and baddest news.
let me have them in that order.
Well, as you can see on the monitor, we just finished the DNA trace of your 10th subject, Mr. Avery Whitebear.
All the way back to year 0?
The seekers traced it right back to the very second that Underfoot caused the disruption.
And the other news?
The good news is we found the 11th subject. Her name is Julie Hithers. Information is still coming in at this point, but what we do know for sure is she's middle-aged, divorced, and has no living relatives, but does have 2 children out there somewhere. Their ages and sexes we don't know. One thing we do know is she is very active in the global community.
Oh, wonderful.
Which leads us to the bad news.
What is it?
Well, she's from our century, which is going to make the DNA trace even longer. So we've put a couple more seekers on it.
Well, it doesn't seem so bad. Just take a bit of extra time.
Badder news is
Okay, hit me.
she's from North America, but her family origins are from overseas.
That's going to make things even funner.
Funner?
As in, too much fun.
Anyway,
Anyway,
the baddest news is, and get ready for this,
okay.
she works for nail tape.
Oh, man.
She's Sluman Underfoot's latest acquisition,
Another Brinky Hunter?
of course,
Oh, yay.
which makes involving her in the restoration project that much more difficult.
We'll do what we can to convince her to come on over to our side somehow. Let me think about this.
Oh, and there's one more thing, too.
Some batterist news?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, Mr. Underfoot, he's beginning a new experiment, something even worse than his dragonfly.
What information do we have on
We
it?
don't know what it is, but we have people checking in on it. Sources say it's something he plans to steal from you that could affect more than this planet. More than likely, something that's going to interfere with your restoration project.
Oh,
And the last 3 subjects it takes to carry it out. Beginning with Avery and the other 2.
oh.
Or worse.
Okay, let me know when you find out more. I've got to get back to the studio to help out with the White Bear project.
I'll keep you posted, Professor.
Thank you, Decca.
No problem. Whatsoever.
Oh boy, this show's going to be a lot of fun.